Okay, we're asked to figure out this exact area. Well, remember, the exact area is just the integral of the function, and we'll say from 4 sine x plus 2 dx. But the problem is, we have to know the starting and the ending. We know this is 0, so we know it starts at 0, but what is this point? Let's call it b. We need to know what b is. Well, b is when this curve hits 0, obviously. So we're going to do a little bit of side work. So we're going to say 4 sine x plus 2 equals 0. Subtract 2. We'll get 4 sine x equals negative 2. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So when does sine x equal negative 1/2? Okay, well we got to think about this on the unit circle. When does sine equal negative 1/2? And it's when it first does it, because it's when it first hits this 0. So when does it equal negative 1/2 on the unit circle? Let's think about that. Well, sine is really like your y values. I'm at the airport while I'm making this one, guys. Remember, sine is like the y value. So if we're going to have a y that's negative, it's going to be down here. And as we go around the unit circle, it first gets negative over here, because we want the first time that it's negative. So it's going to be somewhere in here. So let's just fill that side in. We know that this would be negative 1, 0. This is 0, negative 1. And we only care about the signs, which is right here. So negative 1/2 is right there. So what the question is, what radian then is that right there? Well, hopefully you know that this is the radian of radian of 0. This is a radian of pi, and these lines count by pi 6. So this would be 1 pi 6 after pi is 7 pi 6. Right, so this is like 1 6 2 6 3 6 4 6 5 6 6 6 is pi, 7 6, then there'd be 8 6 and 9 6. Okay, so it's at 7 6. So x equals 7 pi 6. And I guess I said x, but really I'm talking about b. So this right here is 7 pi 6. So we're really going from that. Okay, so now we just have to do this integral. All right, well, for that, I'm going to copy it down over here, and I'm going to do all the work down here. Okay, so let me zoom in so I can do this integral. So the first thing I would do is rewrite it, bring the 4 on the outside. And then make this, oops, I wrote that, that should be a 7 pi 6. Okay, well, this shouldn't be too bad to do, right? Because the antiderivative of sine is negative cosine. So I'm going to make this 4 times negative cosine x from 0 to 7 pi 6. The integral of 2 is just 2x, so this is like saying plus 2x from 0 to 7 pi 6. Okay, so really we got negative 4 times the cosine of 7 pi 6 minus the cosine of 0 plus 2 times 7 pi 6 minus 2 times 0. Okay, so the cosine of 7 pi 6, well, let's remember what my unit circle, that was right here on the unit circle, so that would just be this one, which would be cosine, I'll do in red, should be that. Because remember, this would be 3, 2, 1, and these would all be negative because they're underneath the x-axis. So, negative red 3 over 2. So, there's my sun, negative red 3 over 2. The cosine of 0 is 1, plus 2 times 7 pi 6 makes 7 pi thirds, and then that's just minus 0. So if I distribute this negative, that's going to become, this would cancel out on the bottom, right? These two would cancel out. So this becomes negative times negative 2 square root 3. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4 plus 7 pi thirds. Boom. There we go. Did it in under 5 minutes and at the airport.